Welcome back, everybody, to Running the Riffs coverage of the 2024 Collegiate League of Legends Championship, the elimination round of a Ole Miss versus SLU. And just when you think Ole Miss had in the bag, SLU had a couple tricks up their sleeve and now force a game 4.
Yeah, Yanni, we're not going to get swept like every other series today. We're going to get at least 4 games, and I'm super hyped for it as well. This is the SLU we were hoping to see a little bit more of, the mechanical individual skill. And we said before, this SLU team has learned so much, it feels like, from game to game to game, and that's what makes it scary, because now that they've won once, Yanni, can they do it again? If they keep improving, even with the win, will they play better in game 4? Than they did in game 3.
Well, they're going to have to, because Ole Miss certainly put up a fight in that game 4. So if you play as good as he did the last time, Ole Miss, they have a chance to be able to just be like, you know what? We don't care about your momentum. We're going to shut this down. We're going to take our 3-1 series win, and we're going to get the heck out of here. But SLU, again, you just take a look at their 5 players top to bottom, and you just knew that this wasn't going to be a 3-game sweep. Let's be honest.
Yeah, well, we knew that, Yanni, but if, maybe we get a chance to look at predictions later. Some people, I think, did actually predict 3-0 one way. Oh, right, sorry. Who predicted 3-0 one way or the other, Yanni?
I don't know who you could be talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hey, thank you to our production for pulling it up. So, yeah, Axe predicted it. You predicted it. Hawk predicted it. You know what? I'll give Hawk a break. Hawk's been staying up and getting all the production stuff done, so he's got an excuse. But
let's go through who's live right now, right? Let's go. So Alk is live.
Okay.
Travesty is live. PVS is live. And Grapes is live right now. Now on the other side, Gordo is dead. Axeman's dead. I'm dead. Alls is still live. Quacks is live. TDS is live. Cyanidins is live. I mean, obviously some of the 3-2 predictions for Ole Miss are good. So this is solid, right? I think generally everybody, I like to think that everybody listed here kind of knows a little bit of what they're talking about at the very least. So, I give a lot of confidence to a lot of them, and I will take the fault. I will take the blame. I will be like, I am the bad one.
You know what? I'm trying to decide whether I should take the easy out and be like, oh yeah, I didn't, I'm fine. My prediction's still alive. My prediction's not. I predicted a SLU 3-1, and that certainly hasn't been the case. Now, Yanni, going into game 4, one thing we should note is that Ole Miss gets side selection this time.
Yes.
For games 2, games 3, it has been SLU picking the blue side. And that's worked for them because they got, the Ashe, the Varus. They could afford to first pick that. Now, Shobo gets to decide whether he wants that first pick Varus for himself on blue side, and or SLU has to ban it. But if they ban it, it kind of messes things up for them a little bit. They'll have to change up their draft, I think, to respond to that.
Yeah, I think they're just probably going to let it go, to be quite honest with you. I don't really see a world where they get rid of it because there's higher priority bans, at least that they feel. Maybe, again, that has changed between games. But right now, I think you just say, you know what, let them have it. We let them have an immobile carry the last game as well. And you saw the team that they put together and how well they did, how well of a job they did at taking down Shogo, keeping him all alone, even when he had a Galio support, which I want to talk about a little bit. Didn't necessarily like the look out of that for Ole Miss. I would have liked to see Rhino on something a little different. It was pretty effective. I'm not going to say it wasn't, but
yeah,
it just didn't feel like it worked out very well. It was very much defending and not being aggressive.
Yeah, especially the heroic entrance. I think everything else from Rhino I was kind of okay with. His taunts were on point, his ability to knock people up and stop them from aggressing. I was happy with that. But the heroic entrance combination with Icelandic Hero especially felt kind of falling short to me. We didn't see it land on the critical targets of Surdy, and heck, we barely even caught Aaron more often than not. Darkling was able to dodge out quite frequently. So yeah, I agree. The Galio is fine. I just think Rhino could do more on other champions with more impactful, more, trigger happy ultimates.
And we'll see what the move is here. Once again, that Nico ban getting taken out. They do not want Darkwings to be a Nico merchant in this series. That'll be taken out to really no surprise. And again, it's just been focusing on the mid lanes. And I have to say, they did let Talia slip through, and Darkwings made him pay.
True, that's very, very fair. I think Darkwings, we know him as a control mage player. I still remember his old days of, the Oriana, the more recent is years, but his Talia is probably right now his scariest pick for me. I wonder if we actually see that first pick, because, your Uncle Sam, does Uncle Sam know how to play Talia?
I have seen them play Talia and give it to Icelandic Hero, and it was not that good. So I generally assume, no offense to Icelandic Hero, it was a little rough. So I generally assume that they have tried the flex. If it works out and they're feeling themselves, maybe they'll pull it out, but I've got a lot of doubts.
That's fair. And the fact that they're flexing it, okay, that means that I actually want to see the Talia ban then. If Uncle Sam is not super comfortable on that particular champion. And there we go, Yanni, our prayers are answered.
Yeah, there you go. Good ban, good ban.
Okay, now Slew, do they just ban the Twisted Fate as they have been prior to this?
Hey, you know what? Maybe that's what they'll go for. Okay, no, they do like to take out the Varus.
Yeah.
But they leave the Twisted Fate open for Stray. That's been a favorite of his. So we'll see if Ole Miss is going to say, you know what, we're going to slam the first pick, because if you don't, all of a sudden Surdy has an opportunity to get it.
Yeah, and I'm actually, yes, there you go, Yanni, exactly as you call it. I would like to see this, because, okay, maybe from an analysis point of view, Stray's tank play has been really, really solid. I have no problem with it. However, we've gotten to see Surdy on a carry. I want to see Stray on a carry to match as well. Is it the best play? I don't know, but it's a fun play I want to see.
Yeah, well, Surdy is going to go with this Jax. Now, we're not necessarily sure. Obviously, depending on what Ole Miss pulls out, they could go with another pick. But Jax tends to be a champion that you see go very often into the Twisted Fate. We are seeing Senna get picked up again here. And again, it just feels like we're going with scaling. Slew is going back to scaling, and it didn't really work in the first two games. So I am a little cautious here.
Yeah, but you know what? I was going to say, this harkens back to game one. Granted, Varus is not available for Shogo to beat up the Senna with this time, but the Skarner for Stray was so strong in game one. Now, is this Icelandic Skarner, or is this Stray Skarner? Or, you know, is the Twisted Fate even for Stray? Maybe it's for your Uncle Sam at the mid lane.
Yeah, you know what? He does still play that in the mid lane.
Yep.
That is something he absolutely does. It's a champion that was like made for Uncle Sam, man. He just loves dropping waves and teleporting there, and teleporting over here, and throwing out some gold cards. And you know, we'll see if that is the move. Again, the Skarner, really, really nice. We'll see how impactful it is in this game.
Yeah, we do see the Nautilus picked up right now for the side of Skytech. It's not the same Tahm Kench as game one. I like the idea of depth charge onto an immobile carry. Yanni, you mentioned that Aphelios last game did not have a fun time with that Vi, and now Nautilus able to do similar things. Ole Miss still looking for support and potentially a flex of either top, mid, or jungle. We're still not quite sure how that goes. And for Slew as well, you know, they're looking for mid and maybe top or jungle. That Jax could be flexed when he does play Jax as well.
It's a triflexa, you know? You have so many options.
Yes.
Oh, what you could go for, it doesn't matter. But all Slew knows, they say, we are taking out some of Rhino's best supports. One of the better pairings with Aphelios and Thresh is gone. While that champion hasn't really been paired with Aphelios a lot lately, Rhino, an excellent Thresh player. His rel earlier in the series was putting in so much work, and we are seeing the Orianna ban come through. This leads me to believe that this will be Twisted Fate in the mid lane. At least an inkling of a thought that it might go there.
That's fair. And I think just in general, Darklings is such a threat. The problem with Darklings is he's been playing long enough through enough metas that he has a champion Ocean. Oh, yeah. I don't think you can effectively ban him out. Wave being picked up, I mean, Azir was on the table if you wanted to run that as well as a potential option. And they're still keeping the flex option alive for this Jax. We still don't know if it's top or if it's jungle.
Well, I think we have the comp set at least on the Ole Miss side here with that Wukong lock, unless we're seeing a lane Wukong come through, which I've heard the whispers, the dark tech potentially, that starting to become a thing again, but I would be shocked to see it here. We are going to see that Rakan come through. Slew played it to such great effect last game. Why not take it away this game?
That's fair. And in fact, I actually double-checked what that was about Skytech's Rakan I'd heard before. It was that he hit Challenger the first time by playing AP Rakan. So it doesn't surprise me that Skytech piloted it so incredibly well last game. Now Rhino picking that up. Yeah, that's actually insane. And now Surdy picking the Olaf, the end-all, be-all, it feels like a lot of times in that top lane if you can get ahead. Now, I actually don't know how I feel about the Olaf here because there's a lot of just raw damage on the side of Ole Miss. And Ragnarok makes you immune to CC. Nothing makes you immune to death. Actually, I shouldn't say that. That's not his respite. There's a couple of spells. Olaf does not have anything that makes him immune to death.
Well, the one thing I really like is I like how long Slew held it for until they realized, like, hey, we'll see what Ole Miss is going to pick in the jungle, and they flex the Jax out to the jungle. So Winnie has a favorable matchup against Icelandic Hero. You always love against champions that really have to get into the thick of things to do their thing. That Jax is there with the Counter-Strike. I have to say RMC, and maybe maybe I'm wrong for admitting this. I got no idea how this top lane matchup is supposed to go, man.
Yeah, I think later on, the Olaf, I'd probably favor the Olaf as we kind of get a couple of items under his belt. In the early dating phase, though, I'm actually not 100% sure how that works anymore. I know Skarner used to win that matchup pre-nerf, but now, with the nerfs coming through, I still think Skarner can win that matchup up if you can dodge at least one of those undertows. I think the sort of poke trading will favor the Skarner. Olaf probably wins the all-in if he's healthy enough. That's my guess.
Well, if you're Ole Miss, you're going to want your Skarner to go win this lane because you do not want to go to 5 games against Slew. We've made it onto Summoner's Rift for Game 4 of this best of 5 series. Slew, their backs against the wall, able to battle back. They need to do it at least one more time.
Okay, right now I'm seeing Sturdy on this bot side. Undertow, okay. Threw into the bush. I'm actually curious if Stu was looking for a lane swap. I really don't like that with the Senna. She does not do well in the sort of 2v1 situation to take turrets that threaten the dives particularly well, but it looks like it was just a warding scouting situation. Stu wanted to bring more power onto that top side, and actually is Ole Miss going to be able to pull off the lane swap?
Yeah, this is a really solid time to lane swap. I think Stray won't get pressured too much, and you can see the Senna Nautilus bot lane, they've headed to the bot lane. Rhino is going to sweep out this ward, so they do know that this is happening. So we'll see how Slew elects to respond.
And we're seeing sort of a 4v3 invade coming through from Ole Miss with that rotation, with their numbers on that top half of the map, and they successfully push Winnie out Jax. Very strong at level 1 in lane with that Counter-Strike, but not so good in the skirmishes where there are many people who can surround you and kind of hurt you.
Sam does need to be careful. Surdy is going to walk in here, whether he'll be a living ward for the jungle, at least another ward, or he'll come in to make a play on Uncle Sam remains to be seen. Uncle Sam is level 2 and is now pushed off to the side, but the homeless top laner known as Surdy.
And okay, so with lane swaps, junglers and top laners are actually put in kind of awkward situations because they've got to make a lot of decision making. So right now we're seeing Surdy, looking to invade, looking to try and help out the lanes. You have to be careful if you are kind of interrupting lanes and just poking your head out to annoy people, that you don't leech experience from your solo laner by accident and set them behind on that level 2 power spike, level 3 power spike. So that's why you saw Surdy poke his head out, throw one axe, walk away. Hit or miss, I don't care. I need to get out before those minions drop.
You take a look, Stray took a back, Rhino followed him as well. You can see Jax is near the bottom side of the map. They're waiting to see if they're going to deal damage to this turret, stick around here, and for Stray to show up and maybe set up a dive, but it looks like the Slew bot lane will try and swap back.
Yeah, it's almost like a preemptive swap coming through from the side of Ole Miss. You'd love to see it. Huge minion wave pushing in as well, so Stray going to be able to pick up a significant amount of CS and experience, and actually going to put him, I think, probably ahead and in a comfortable spot against Surdy. So it's only the 1 plate advantage for Slew right now. Shogo, though, getting to pick up a ton of CS, going to be happy with that.
So Skytech teleported to the top lane, and this is the unique wrinkle you get to do when you're lane swapping, and hold that thought, as Winnie is here popping the Ghost, trying to make life hard on Uncle Sam, who still has the flash available. Rhino coming through now, going to try to turn this one around. Okay. Flash, and it's first blood going over to Rhino. Uncle Sam is quite low, and he will fall, but Darkwings is the next target. Aaron is here, but a good flash means Icelandic Hero will clean up the kill.
And you know what? Hey, from Slew, I appreciate the aggression. They were trying to make things happen, but unfortunately for them, Rhino and Icelandic getting there first, getting to make that play. They get first blood, they get an extra kill, and in the meantime as well, unfortunately, Skytech's just going to get hammered by the range into melee matchup. Shogo getting a free fire because you know where every single member of Slew is during that interaction.
Exactly what they wanted, and Shogo was able to stay up on the top side for a long time, all alone, soaking up solo EXP. He's level 4 right now. You know what? That's exactly what you want. Your AD carry is thriving.
And now, interestingly enough, Ole Miss, despite being the ones to kind of prop the lane swap, have decided to kind of leave things as is. They're actually now playing into standard lanes. Stray didn't actually get that big a advantage over Surdy at the end of the day, and the Olaf actually up CS. Icelandic potentially looking to make this gank happen.
Well, he's got to make it happen soon. Great suppression on the flash, and Surdy's in trouble. He took a turret shot, and Icelandic hero is here. Surdy knows he's going to have to stand and fight. He takes another turret shot, and he does manage to go 1 for 1.
Okay, so technically, without the assist, it's worth more gold for Ole Miss because Icelandic is there. But the fact that Icelandic picked up the kill and Surdy gets the solo, I mean, that's advantageous for the 1v1 matchup.
Uncle Sam's got no flash. Good sidestep. He's still alive for right now. Another nice sidestep, but he gets cut by the crushing maul, and he will be able to survive. Uncle Sam put on his dancing shoes.
That is incredible from Uncle Sam. Unfortunately, he doesn't have TP this time, and he is getting shoved in. Darkwings has been doing a great job pressuring up that mid lane right now, and living is good, Yanni, but you need to make money, man. You need to get that CS.
Listen, man, he's a vital organ in the human body. He is a liver. That is for sure.
Brother, that took me a second to process.
Well, you know what? If it took you longer, if you were Uncle Sam and it took you a second to process, you would have died there.
True, fair enough. And I guess that's why I'm not a liver at the end of the day.
That's why we talk about the game of League of Legends, is Surdy trying to deny these axes by just, you know, putting Surdy in awkward positions.
Yeah, Surdy really enjoying this matchup so far. I think he's very, very comfortable in the 1v1 matchup. Now actually has a ward up to try and make sure Icelandic doesn't gank him again. But while all this is happening, hey, Ole Miss, they've actually kind of, not really lane swap necessarily, but they've sent Uncle Sam to that top lane. They're taking these Void Grubs, and it feels like Slu's actually behind the curve a little bit right now.
Oh, do it again! He said, "I'll do it again!"
Oh my goodness!
Surdy getting a shield though, but it's another nice trade from Stray and his 6th champion on the team, the bottom turret.
Oh, Surdy hit 6 first though, and with that Ragnarok, I'm wondering if Surdy's thinking about the dive. They've called Winnie down as well. Winnie only level 5.
They're calling everybody down, by the way. Aaron is going to get here really quickly as well. Surdy needs to try to do whatever he can to get this kill, and he will be able to get it. Minimal damage as well.
It's just that easy. Surdy being the one to pick it up is going to make this isolated 1v1 even scarier. Yanni, I know I called for a carry for Stray. Skarner isn't a carry, exactly. Though sometimes can feel like it. Surdy is still on a carry. Surdy is taken off, and Olaf is going to be a problem.
Yeah, they're going to need to be acutely aware of what Surdy is doing in this game. Although I must say, this pick for Stray is still good. You can see that he's going to be a big problem later. Ole Miss rotating down to take this dragon, and it's one of the rare opportunities you see a team go take the first grubs and then take the first dragon. Ole Miss's map movements have been pristine.
Yeah, and I feel like the last game especially, Yanni, we've kind of been caught up in the hype, in the mechanics, in the micro, the minutia of what all these players are doing in the team fights. But let's not forget, game 1, game 2, it wasn't necessarily Ole Miss just outplaying, though Icelandic Hero and Uncle Sam did play out their minds. But a lot of it was really solid macro, good map movements, and decision making that got them ahead. So now, as you rightly pointed out, Surdy is getting ahead, but Ole Miss is getting objectives, and objectives win you games.
Objectives do win you games, and plays like this can also win you games as Skytech is in a lot of trouble. A couple knockups coming through, but Uncle Sam is doing well to cut off Skytech's way out, and Shogo gets his first of the game.
Uncle Sam having to leave mid lane means Darkwings will push up there, but I'm really liking this call, not just because you kill Skytech, but you're buying Shogo and Rhino more time, more plates.
Well, Uncle Sam finds himself in some trouble here, flashes away, still gets hit for the counter-strike, and Aaron is there to try and chase him down. No help from the Ole Miss team on the bottom side. Now Icelandic Hero has been spotted out. He still has a Cyclone available. Shogo is low on mana, but they want this fight. Knockup comes through. Icelandic Hero can't get the second one. He's got to try to run away. Will be able to dodge out on the counter-strike. And now it's Shogo, who's completely untouched. Winnie will fall. Shogo gets another kill, but a new challenger approaches. It's Skytech, but he can't land the hook.
I hate Yanni. How, you know, I want to talk somebody up, and then Shogo pops off. I want to talk about macro, and it goes micro. Shogo's just being a contrarian today. That bot side play had nothing to do with macro. Your Uncle Sam was kind of left up in a lurch, and Ole Miss was just like, oh, Uncle Sam's dead. That's fine. We still turn. We still fight this. And that Cyclone from Icelandic, the ability to knock up Winnie, just barely step out, not get stunned, and then for Rhino to look for that re-engage, confident in the Shogo follow-up, was why Ole Miss ends up trading even on that bot side.
Without a doubt. And it's been really weird how Ole Miss has operated this game. I want to shine some light on the solo laners here.
Okay.
Uncle Sam has 50 CS at 52 at 10 minutes into the game. That TF passive isn't even doing a whole lot to help you out. Brother, he looks like me out there right now, but he has done it for the team.
Yep.
And that needs to be respected, and that needs a light shine upon it, because without him, Icelandic Hero might not have 2 kills. Shogo might not have 2 kills.
Yeah, and you saw the goal there, Uncle Sam down 600, Shogo's up 1,005, right? So you're making that trade to be worth it, and we've said it before, this game, this team for Ole Miss is ultimately still the Shogo show. And part of me right now, Yanni, I'm just waiting for Shogo to pop off, because we just praised Uncle Sam, and we know how this works. You praise anybody but Shogo on this team, Shogo gets a kill, right? That's
well,
how
you
this
just
works?
praised Shogo.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, so what's going to happen now? We have no idea at this point. All we know is that somebody is going to win and somebody's going to lose, right? Shogo left all alone with this turret. It's only SkyTech here. I must say, that's not very threatening.
SkyTech's not threatening, or Shogo's not threatening?
I would say SkyTech is not the threatening one right now. As Ole Miss is
That's fair.
heading on the way up here, was not able to smite away that grub, and Icelandic Hero is all alone. Teleport coming in. He is well and done caught out here. Second knockup coming through. He's still
Nice, so
alive.
much
He's
time.
healing. How is he alive? Icelandic Hero finally falls. Isn't enough time for Stray to get here. Shogo in the area as well. Lots of low health bars. The suppression lands on nobody, but there's the ultimate coming through. A lot of damage, but not enough to get any kills. Uncle Sam trying to come in. He gets hooked, and the kills are going to start coming down. Aaron with a good Dawning Shadow. Shogo at about half HP, but he's got to run away. Winnie leading the charge. Counter-Strike up, but will not push forward.
Yanni, I think we've cracked the equation. If we praise somebody else and then praise Shogo, Shogo gets the kill, but the team still loses out the fight. Slew is going to be able to pick up the rest of the Void Grubs, deny away Void Mites from Ole Miss.
Icelandic Hero certainly thought he was the hero in that one, but turned out to be the 0 for that fight. 0 for the amount of teammates that were near him at that time. Just so deep in the sauce. He got lost in the sauce.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back. How did Icelandic find himself in that
He
situation?
was over in
collapsing from
Iceland.
every angle.
They're in Mississippi. He's in Iceland.
He went home to play into Leo Masters once again. But despite that, there was a second, Yanni, where I thought, he's getting out of this. He's getting away with absolute murder right now. The Cyclone's knocking everybody up. The team was there to back him up. If there was a heal, I think he gets out alive. But Icelandic buying time, Ole Miss able to kind of follow up and at least find a kill. I don't know, Ole Miss, this isn't the Ole Miss that I was expecting, you know, with that objective control lock. It feels like they're kind of getting caught out of position a little bit. They're not reinforcing.
Speaking of getting caught out of position, Aaron is on the wrong side of the tracks. He does have a blast plant to try and get himself out, but he is running out of space very quickly. Shogo will pop the ghost to ensure that he is not able to deny himself.
Okay, yeah, so it's not an Ole Miss thing, it's just a series thing right now. It reminds me of what we saw yesterday from SNU versus UST, where it felt like we didn't really get team fights. It felt like people just kept getting caught out in rotation, in just trying to make things happen. And yeah, we're seeing a bit of that, but we're also seeing still good objective control, right? Ole Miss right now rotating for this turret, for these plays. We saw Winnie able to pick up the second Drake of the game solo. So chaos abounds, but it's still pushing this game forward with objectives.
Speaking of pushing, Shogo wants to try to get another plate there, unable to do so. They do force the teleport out of Dark Wings. And right now, it's got to be Protect the President once more. And here comes Stray over the wall. Not able to do a whole lot there. Does have that Impale still available if they want to do something cheeky.
I thought he was just going to go straight for Dark Wings there, but with Surdy nearby. Yeah, I guess you don't want to mess with that Olaf, even with a bit of a numbers advantage. And throughout all of this, Yanni, SkyTech is farming. Not something we normally say, but SkyTech isn't just a support this time. He's an actual tank who is trying to get income, trying to pick up those defensive items and be the bulwark for the team, because Surdy is not the tank for the team anymore. SkyTech is the lone true tank.
Icelandic Hero in a little bit of trouble. He's able to slide out, but he still gets caught. Knockup not going to come through, but he does have the second Cyclone if he needs it.
But having to burn that big ultimate from Wukong just as Herald is available as well. That's going to be huge. Ole Miss, it's going to be tough to fight this one. They are still posturing for it, so they might still want it despite not having that ult.
Uncle Sam has Destiny. He's going to pop it and try to get close to the team. Shogo gets knocked up on the backside. Uncle Sam rejoins the squad. The Herald is getting low, about 1,000 HP. Who's going to secure it? It's going to go over to the red team, over to the side of Slew. But here's the problem. Surdy's on the back line, but he falls anyway, the gold Icelandic hero.
Massive bounty going over the way of this Monkey King. And hey, you know what? We've seen Icelandic carry before on this Wukong. Get into that backline, absolutely melt. And with the way this game is going, with Surdy being such a dive threat, that might just be the call, right? Have Icelandic go to the back, finish off Darkwings, finish off Aaron, let them try and carry the game.
Well, mid turret going for Ole Miss here. They've got a very slight lead, but you can see this top lane turret will be traded back in kind. Although it wasn't too kind to Darkwings there. And once again, RMC, it's time for What's the Goal Difference at 15 minutes? It's 0! Wow!
No, the goal difference is 1,900 in the bot lane, 800 in the mid lane, Yanni.
True. You know, we gotta be completely honest there. But again, we have to talk about it. These teams are just so dead even as we get to the 15-minute mark. And I love that all of these games have sort of played out like this, save for maybe game 2. It really shows that this was one of the marquee matchups, and it has lived up to expectations.
Yeah, and if we think back to last game, where that was the game where I think like 90%, 80% of the game, we were neck and neck. A lot of it came down to execution, not the macro. This game, we have been seeing really good rotations, really good pickouts, and that much has changed now. Icelandic looking for who he can find.
Oh no! Icelandic hero, he's going to need some help to get out of there. Spiraling Despair did a lot of damage, but he will be okay.
With just a Sundered Sky, it doesn't feel like he can quite burst down the likes of Winnie just yet. And that counter-strike from Winnie, great to force the disengage for now. I like the opportunistic look from Ole Miss there. They're not losing anything out. There's no Herald, there's no Dragon that you're worrying about. So the ult will be back up in time for that third Dragon play.
Let's see, Winnie is down here with Aaron. They maybe want to try to make a play on Uncle Sam, but they've got no idea that there are members waiting in the wings. Rhino doing well to stay out of vision. Icelandic hero moving up. We'll see if a play is made because Skytech is on his way down, but it looks like Winnie will just back out.
Now, Annie, let's talk a little bit about your Uncle Sam, because you were very excited when you saw the Twisted Fate pick up. You were saying, you know, it fits his style to a T. I've not seen the Destiny Gate have a significant impact this game. And I think Darkwings, with that CS advantage we saw building up the lane, now 32 CS right now, has done a great job locking down Uncle Sam. I'm a little bit concerned, even as the lanes get longer, I need to see Uncle Sam have a bit more impact. With the Rod of Ages right now, it feels like a scaling build. So I'm not expecting it soon, but I want to see it soon.
I think you can expect it on Rapid Fire Cannon, because now all of a sudden you get to Destiny into a few more creative spots to be able to get off gold cards and not be as afraid. As we're seeing that Destiny go down right now, Winnie is able to hop over the wall.
Okay, you know what? Legit, fair. I asked, Uncle Sam delivered. They didn't find the pick, they didn't find the kill, but they at least burnt the ghost, and it was a very heads-up play. You love to see it. Now, Destiny, not a great... It's not really a combat ultimate, so burning it now in order to set up for that dragon, burn the ghost from Winnie, I think is a very, very worthwhile trade.
Certainly worthwhile. We are going to see on the bottom side, Winnie is going to take out this dragon. And Ole Miss, they're going to respond by trying to do something on the top side. They've already lost a turret on the bottom side. The wave is coming in. Aaron is lagging behind. They need to make a play on a Surdy fast. Teleport coming in. This one's from Darkwings. Surdy trying to get away. Knock up only lands on the one, but the turret goes down. Double suppression goes down as well. And look who it is leading the charge. Icelandic hero and Uncle Sam. And Shogo is so damn healthy. Who's the next target? It's Aaron getting knocked up. And there's nothing that Slew can do.
That's a really good play coming through from Ole Miss. Not gonna lie, Yanni, I was a little bit concerned that we were just giving Dragon away to Winnie for free, uncontested, and especially when it's a Hex Dragon, we're stacking that. But Ole Miss just overload the top side. They take the turret, they push them out. Surdy leading the charge backwards as Ole Miss was charging in, and they're gonna lose 2 turrets on this play. Gold lead, the gold swing. It's not even anymore. 3K to Ole Miss.
Really huge sequence of play by Ole Miss. Slew used a lot there, but we're not able to get it done. Any recall is going to get canceled. Uncle Sam's recall got canceled. Icelandic Hero and Rhino are here, but so is the rest of the team. Uncle Sam with a good sidestep, but he has to try and get further away. A second sidestep from Uncle Sam. We talked about the dancing shoes earlier, and he's TikTok dancing on him, my friend. But Rhino gets caught out.
Winnie on a mission of his own, able to find the support. Pick out Winnie from a great play, and they keep going straight. Blast Cone is going to be nice and safe, but anything, Shogo is the one who has to be careful right now.
With Terrell down, Stray forced to flash away because of pathing. Icelandic Hero's caught off on the side, but he will be able to slide out, and here comes SkyTech coming through on the charge. Nautilus coming out of there is going to be big. Stray going to get tagged up with the Spiraling Despair, and he's going to go down after the Dawning Shadow.
Punch for punch, miss. Great push on the top side, but Slew, relentless aggression. They just pressure, knowing that Miss blew all their big summoners, blew all their big ultimates. They didn't have the Cyclone up and available. They weren't ready to go. Rhino getting picked meant no Rakan out, and Slew able to answer back in the mid lane. I know it's not an inner turret, but frankly, I value these mid turrets far more highly, and the extra damage they got on the inner turret as well. I think that's better than the top side inner turret being taken.
Well, debate all you want about the effectiveness of the turrets taken, but what you cannot debate is that Slew cut in to the Ole Miss gold lead that now hovers around 1,500, half of what it was prior. Slew doing well to keep this game at arm's length, and keep in mind, Hwei and Senna, champions that are only going to get stronger. Jax, a champion that is only going to get stronger. Slew, he can take this game later. I like their odds.
Fair enough, and I think for Ole Miss, they are looking for an immediate burst of power coming through soon. Rod of Age is almost fully sacked for Uncle Sam. The rapid fire cannon you pointed out as well should be about to come through, hopefully on the Knicks back. And right now, Icelandic Hero is up an almost full item on Winnie. So I'm looking for Ole Miss to pressure for that team fight. I'm looking for that Cyclone from Icelandic Hero. If they can land it, they can win. If they can't, though, Surdy's on 2 items, and Surdy's ready to let it rip.
Yep, they've done well to try to keep Surdy off of Shogo. Recall in that last fight, Shogo was left completely untouched even after Surdy tried to get the job done. So Ole Miss, they've done a good job playing bouncer, but it's hard. Icelandic Hero wants to charge forward. Stray wants to charge forward. Rhino wants to charge forward. So they need to be acutely aware of what conditions are strong for them.
Yeah, and with Red White, Shogo wants them to charge forward as well, because the blender is ready to go. Infinity Edge and Kraken Slayer picked up right now for Shogo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of scared of an Infernum crit landing on Slew's backline right now.
2 item spike. Let's see what's happening here. Uncle Sam has a good ward, but he doesn't have teleport available. He does have his ultimate. He doesn't have a ghost. It looks like he'll be able to walk away this time around.
And Slew clearing out the vision around Baron. It's a little bit early, frankly, and Senna's not the best Baron taker. They do have Liandry's for Darkwings, but if you can just darken the area and try and wait for Ole Miss to walk in, that's kind of what happened to Rhino last time on that pick.
Shogo a little low on mana here, so that is a little bit of a concern. Doesn't have his last Whisper item yet either, not even the initial one. He does have good guns, now has bad guns.
Yeah, now they don't
these are fine guns. These are fine guns. Before you know, we let that sit. They're fine. But you know, red white is the pristine gun combo of choice.
They're okay. You know, like the okay that your girlfriend kind of tells you, and you know, like it's probably not okay, but she said okay, so we're just gonna do okay. That's it. He's got 30 seconds to try and cycle out the Calibrum, or at least use up most of the charges of that Calibrum before the dragon spawns. And as much as I'm saying it's early for Baron, for Dragon, it's about the right time, and we haven't really gotten to see like full 5v5 fights. It's been picks, it's been early playmaking. Ole Miss still wants to form that pick with the control that they have. Slew, they need to group up and work together.
Well, they are starting to group up here. The question is, if you group up, is Rhino going to do something?
Okay.
Here we go. Rhino trying to make a play, but he gets feared. It's only on one target. Take a look at Shogo. He's okay for right now. Cyclone going down. Off to the side is Stray. They're going to be able to try to burst out SkyTech, but he does manage to live for a little bit longer. Icelandic Hero forced to get out of the fight. Shogo has that ghost running on him. SkyTech was the only one who gets low, and now Slew for a potential re-engage. They're going to try to catch Rhino, but Rhino able to slide away.
Rhino and Icelandic Hero need to reset. Slew's healthier right now, and Surdy still has Ghost Ragnarok. And
SkyTech has teleport as well, so he is back and better than ever. Rhino low, Icelandic Hero low. This Dragon is getting reset. Destiny Gate out. Oh, from behind it's Uncle Sam. He's ready to try to land a Primo gold card onto somebody. He's going to try to target the Nautilus. Shogo going to get knocked up on the back line. Sturdy's making a beeline for Shogo. Shogo is going to go down. And Sturdy on the back line, chewing a full miss like it's Mississippi barbecue. Sturdy comes up huge. Aaron gets the kills, and the Dragon goes to Slew.
Forget Sue! It's Slew all day long! Sturdy, we harped on the fact that his Ghost and his Ragnarok were ready and waiting. He was so patient with the play, and he gets to reap the rewards. Absolutely runs amok, and now they get Dragon. They're gonna get Baron. Ole Miss, they actually might be able to try and contest this. There's low health bars, but Uncle Sam doesn't even want to risk it. They're just saying, forget all about it. We'll give it free to them. Actually, as I say that, where, Rhino?
Maybe they'll try. Sturdy is
It's
low.
too late.
This Baron is very low, but Stray does have teleport, so we'll see what the move is. Sturdy getting tagged, but he's still alive. Teleport coming in, and you now have to commit if you're Ole Miss. Stray is going to try to chug through this wall here, but he gets feared. Rhino is now all alone, and it looks like Slew might be able to walk out. Uncle Sam going to land the gold card down. Here comes the double charm out, but they don't have enough damage. Darkwing's going to have to flash away, so they're burning summoners, but they're not getting anything more.
Shogo's running coast to coast, but he went out of base. He's not there at the end of the day. And Ole Miss, they do a great job trying to find the force. But as you pointed out, not enough damage. They will at least get the shove, though. That will slow down the Genji Baron push that Slew is about to push.
It will certainly slow it down, RMC, but Slew are not playing at a slow pace anymore. You saw SkyTech was ready for the engage, and take a look at the gold once again. That 8,500 gold on SkyTech is really important, because who's doing the most damage on the side of Ole Miss? It's Shogo, and it's Icelandic Hero. And when you get a chance, just take a look at SkyTech's items for a second. Very much itemized into armor.
Yeah, he's not afraid to kind of tag things up, buy time, buy space, Frozen Heart, and Randuin. Shogo is not having a good time trying to cut through. Winnie could get potentially picked here. Counter-Strike coming through. Stray will get rooted before he can get going. Destiny is available. They're going to move on to SkyTech for right now. Icelandic Hero, double Cyclone coming down. Shogo is okay for right now. He does get hooked. Double Suppression coming out. Shogo going to get tagged with a knockup. He's also going to get tagged with a Counter-Strike. And it's, once again, Sturdy doing the job on the backside. A double kill for this Olaf, and it's an ace for Slew. All these tight corridors that Ole Miss is putting themselves into. Shogo had flash, couldn't do a thing with depth charge, and the Mjolnir into those tight corridors. Sturdy, it's just gonna keep running you down with Baron buff. They're pushing it. I don't know if they can end. It's 20 seconds, the majority of Ole Miss.
Well, they're having SkyTech shove out bottom just in case they elect not to. And it looks like Slew will play it safe with Rhino and Icelandic Hero coming up in a couple seconds.
Okay, they will also get this inner turret, so Slew really blowing up this lead. We went from dead even to Ole Miss having a 3k gold lead to now a 6k gold lead coming through from the side of Slew. They're going to get to spend that gold. And Yanni, in 2 minutes, that dragon spawns. That's potential Hextech soul for the side of Slew. If you thought Sturdy was terrifying before, he doesn't even need to land the Undertows if he gets that soul. One auto, and he's just stuck on you like glue.
Oh, and by the way, he just finished his Randuins. So he was already nigh unkillable before. I don't know how they're going to take him down. Look at all the Randuins on the side of Slew. They are winning not only with their fingers, but with their brains on top of it. Perfect itemization. I think LS would even be proud of that.
Yeah, they're beating Ole Miss, and they're beating the Shopkeeper right now. And unfortunately for your Uncle Sam, this Twisted Fate was always meant to be more utility-based, right? You stun, you initiate things. You need it to get the picks. And the Destiny Gate has not been doing that from Ole Miss. Slew has done a great job just grouping up, and every time Uncle Sam is looking to find some sort of opening, well, guess what? You go in, the rest of Slew's always there. Nobody is getting picked, and you can't get past their front line.
Ole Miss need to pull a rabbit out of the hat. And I don't know if they're going to be able to. You can already see Uncle Sam getting tagged from afar. Shogo needs to make the play. Here comes a triple knockup coming through.
Okay.
Follow up with some more. This might be what Ole Miss needed. Dawning Shadow coming down. And Sturdy is not on Shogo. He's trying to peel for the back line. Icelandic Hero forced to flash away. Destiny out. Uncle Sam is going crazy. Uncle Sam goes down, and now it's a 3v3. And Ole Miss can't fight any further.
Uncle Sam, go home. Are you sober? He doesn't have Zodiacs. That's a Messiah style play. You need Zodiacs, or at least the Seeker's Arm Guard if you're gonna make a play like that. Rod of Ages does nothing for you there. It hurts so much because Icelandic Hero and Rhino, they made the hero play. They found the catch. They found Aaron and Darkwings when Ole Miss needed it the most. And then what happens after? Uncle Sam gets caught. Ole Miss resets. Slew still in the advantage.
And with 10 seconds left until this dragon, Uncle Sam is going to be up very soon. Does have teleport available, but if you're Ole Miss, you were hoping that you were going to be able to get more off of that. This might be the fight that would end the game. Teleport going to come in for Uncle Sam.
Yeah, everybody's in as well. They're looking for the 5v5 vision control right now, favoring Slew rather heavily.
Oh, Stray is going to get caught out here, and Stray is going to get blown up, and Slew are going to take full control of the dragon.
That's the tankiest guy on Ole Miss. That's Stray, and he just absolutely got melted. Ole Miss can't even be looking for this Rhino. Still playing up front, and Icelandic Hero, can he pull off the hero steal? Gonna be honest, if he dies here, I think it's still game over. Stu just pushes it with numbers.
Icelandic trying to live up to his namesake. 3,000, 2,000, he goes in, and he takes it away! Icelandic Hero says, this one ain't over yet, and he's even looking for a kill! Aaron will be able to survive!
Just barely. You know what, I don't even care if Slew wins this game. Icelandic Hero MVP right now, man. Like, this guy is making everything happen. We talked about how important his Wukong had to be in team fights. It's delivering. We hope, we pray for him to get the steal. He does the thing. And Slew, the sickening part is Slew is still in control. And this is just a speed bump on the road. Slew are still ahead, in control, and in 4.5 minute tech. In 10 seconds when Baron spawns, Slew can look again, go next. Icelandic Hero will not be there for the steal.
You give Shogo 5 more minutes to scale up, and if you tell Ole Miss, well, we're going to give your AD carry 5 more minutes, they will say, hell yeah, give it to us every time. Aaron going to be started up and pulled off here by Slew.
Wow.
We'll see if Ole Miss wants a bit of a fight. Icelandic Hero now respawn. They need to be careful that Destiny was used defensively. Here's a flash hook, and they're going to engage onto Rhino. Rhino is still alive for right now, trying to get out with Stray, and he is able to find a way out for right now. Counter ultimate down. That Moonlight Vigil did quite a bit. Uncle Sam fishing for a gold card, but he's the one who gets hooked, and the counter strike goes down. Uncle Sam falls.
And the Infernum, the crit, it did a lot of damage, but yeah, you take a look. Look at those health bars. Aaron has healed up most of the damage. Icelandic Hero now up once again. Has Smite available. Is not going to go for the hero steal this time.
There will be no Baron for Ole Miss. Slew will once again be draped in purple with the Gen G Baron buff. They broke into the base last time. I hesitate to imagine what they could do this time.
I want to say that Slew should be able to push to end the game. They still got that gold lead, you know, after getting the Baron buff as well. That's a nice influx of gold across all their members. But Ole Miss is fighting tooth and claw right now. Sure, mistakes were made, but it feels like they're spring. The more you compress them, the more they're pushing back. And for Slew, this Baron buff is actually a little bit dangerous. With the Genji Baron buff, they need to push in, they need to try and maximize. But if you mess up, we are late enough into the game that Ole Miss, their Counter-Strike will get a whole bunch of objective bounties. They'll push into your base, and they might deny you another dragon. So Slew have to play this a little bit more cautious, a little bit more measured. The dragon is really what you're playing for here.
Ole Miss needs to dig their heels into the dirt, and you make a fine point, RMC. It's all about the dragon, but I'm sure if Slew sees an opportunity, they will certainly put the boot on the throat of Ole Miss.
As they should. Now, inhibitor turrets, kind of hard to take, but this inner turret is certainly something that Slew can use to pressure up. The wave clear, though, from Ole Miss has proven sufficient for now, and I'm still looking at Shogo with that Infernum. That gun clears real well.
Surdy trying to shove in this mid lane, get this middle inhibitor down. Uncle Sam trying to stay at arm's length. He's had issues with it getting picked off very recently. And this top inner turret will fall for the side of Slew.
Yeah, it looks like they were trying to make a play on Surdy. Surdy still has Ragnarok, so you can't go for the gold card. Rhino?
Rhino's going to get caught here. CC locked and enough damage to take him out. Destiny, Uncle Sam from behind, but Uncle Sam's all alone. Uncle Sam falls again, and so will the rest of Ole Miss. Shogo gets eaten alive by Olaf, and down goes Stray. Down goes Icelandic hero. RMC, cue up Silver Scrapes.
We're going for it, Yanni! You've got another game box! This is what we wanted! This is what we are going to get! Slew! Drag us kicking and screaming for the full 5.
We are going all the way, RMC! What a series that at first people were like, oh no, it's 2-0. Like, wow, I cannot believe this. But we did say this would live up to expectations. I even said it in game 3 that yes, there is a chance they can still do it. They can be the second team to do it in history. They can do it on back-to-back days. Slew, Destiny are right in front of them, and Ole Miss have to be reeling after that one.
And Yanni, with all the trash talk these two teams did, this is the best way to end it. No, it comes down to effectively a best of 1, everything on the table. You know what? I'm hoping they're going full Yappa over there in all chat. You know, I want to see teams kind of going back and forth. If y'all want to trash talk some more, Twitter's right there. Y'all got time in between games. It's a perfect time, Slew and Ole Miss.
Listen, you can yap all you want on Twitter, in game. It doesn't matter. One final test. It's put up or shut up. Ole Miss has been shutting up. Slew has been putting up. And we have one more game to see who's going to move on and who's going to go home. We're going to take a very short break. And when we return, the final draft of the evening. Ole Miss on one side, Slew on the other side. A matchup expected at the heights of collegiate with two teams fighting to keep their tournament hopes alive. We'll see you soon.